Hi, this is Emma from EyeforTransport. We've been doing a series of podcasts in the lead up to the D3 Retail Supply Chain Summit, and I have the great pleasure of welcoming Guy Bloch, the CEO of Bringg today. Hi, Guy.
Hey, Emma. Pleasure to be here.
Thanks for speaking to us today. So the big challenge we are going to discuss today is one that should not be unfamiliar to those of you who are listening, which is last mile. Extremely costly process, costly in terms of what the customer is asking for in terms of speed and convenience, but costly if you don't get it right as well. But before we delve into this, I'm going to ask Guy to tell us a little bit about himself. So Guy, tell us a bit about your background in supply chain, please.
Yeah, happy to. So my background is really in enterprise software, B2B industries. 20 years in the U.S., worked for small size, mid-size, and big-size companies, including Hewlett-Packard, a few years there. The last 6 years, I actually spent my time with a company called Bloch that is a big data company and, in essence, pioneered what we know big data is today. And the whole concept of what happens when you bring data from so many data sources, you put it in one place, you correlate it, and how much insight you can get from your data to better manage your operations, your security, and then your business. So these six years, I spent time in different verticals working with financial services, retailers, manufacturers, telecom companies, and understanding the power of data and how by data you can drive up your customer experience and then drive efficiencies across your business, put you in a more competitive space. That's the reason why I joined Bringg, because Bringg looks at last mile in a slightly different way. We look at the last mile as a big data problem. And what we do in essence, and probably we'll discuss it today, we bring all this data from the last mile, we put it in one place, and then we start driving efficiencies across the process, but at the same time, we're creating the perfect customer experience that retailers want to provide their customers these days.
Got you. Thanks for that, Guy. So what I want to do really is we can, very easily just start talking about Amazon and how wonderful Amazon is. But let's take it about our listeners are new to last mile. I know you'll all be familiar with it, listeners, but let's say you are not as advanced where Amazon is at the moment. So, Guy, what are the basics of a last mile delivery model?
Yeah, the basics for last mile delivery starts with what delivery options you want to offer your customers, because every delivery option will require you to organize yourself differently to serve your customers. So, for example, if it's click and get it in few days to your house, to your door, then probably there is the whole integration with the couriers like FedEx, UPS, DHL, and others. If you want to do maybe next day or same day, you might connect yourself with a 3PL that is dedicated to you, sends a couple of trucks every day to pick up boxes from fulfillment centers, from stores, and deliver that to the customers. You might want to do click and curbside or click and collect, right? And then it's more about store operations and making sure that the store is aware that merchandise will be shipped from store to customers, either by click and collect or click and curbside, and then the entire integration with the customers to see where are the customers, where they approach the stores, and make sure that the store is ready to serve them, because you don't want the merchandise to wait for the customers and customers wait for merchandise. You want it to be a smooth handshake there to maintain the customer experience. So it really depends on what delivery option you want to offer your customers as part of the customer experience that you're creating. And then different delivery options will require you to organize yourself very differently. But the one thing is, and that's becoming an imperative in the world of the last mile, is you want all the data in one place. You want to digitize, connect, and centralize every resource, every step of the last mile, bring it in one place so you can have not just tracking, but also visibility, and out of that visibility, start driving orchestration, automation, and optimization of your entire last mile.
Absolutely.
Regardless, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I completely agree. I know one of the biggest challenges generally for retailers when you think of globalization, multiple systems, in-store e-commerce, is really that visibility component. So, yeah, you're saying the right things for sure. So I suppose the next thing is, okay, the retailer knows what they want out of their last mile. They understand their customer. Who do they work with? And, how do they go about, I suppose, choosing the right third party? And how do you incorporate that into the model?
Yeah, it's a great question. And that's, I think, the beauty of the last mile as it is today is that there are so many players, and you as a retailer do not need to build your own logistic to be in-house. You can leverage so many logistic arms or logistic fleets, driver fleets that you have out there. You can work with 3PLs, you can work with couriers, you can work with crowdsource companies. You can actually build your own crowdsource. You might even just have your store associates deliver for you. There's so many ways to do that, and what we call different point solutions to augment a strategy to create the customer experience that you want. However, what we say again that is imperative, you want to control that. You want to orchestrate, automate, and optimize it all from one place. So you still keep the customers on your platform, you keep the data on your platform, you keep the branding on your platform, and then you're in the best position not just to deliver perfect customer experience, but also the most optimized one.
Absolutely, and I suppose the next kind of stage to it is obviously that's what is currently available. That's what third parties can do for retailer. But where do you see the next evolution of last mile technology?
Well, last mile technologies, they'll be different in terms of evolution. We're going to see it going in different ways. First of all, we're going to see a lot of consolidations in the world of 3PLs and crowdsource. We're going to see bigger and bigger companies hiring more and more drivers and becoming army of drivers that can come and help you. That will help drive costs down. That will help drive efficiencies. And help you optimize how you serve your customers. So that's going to be a great thing to have. Another thing is we're going to see more and more autonomous vehicles, and maybe later on drones come in and help us drive even more efficiencies by reducing the need for drivers and actually using autonomous vehicles to connect and serve your customers. So that's another shift that we're going to see. More than that, the more you want to create the perfect customer experience for your customers, the more you would need to go from last mile and start stepping up into the middle mile and the first mile. Because if a customer just orders merchandise that and they select that they want to have it within an hour or same day, but that merchandise is not in a near store to them. However, it's on a truck that is on the way to the store and should get to the store by later today. Understanding that, knowing that, having visibility into that will allow you, by connecting middle mile and last mile, still serve the customers to their SLA, so their expectations. So what we see is more options, more resources, more different type of fleets coming in. This world will be more convoluted and more complex. On one end, it will put us in front of a great opportunity to drive more efficiencies and do more with what we have. However, the complexity will grow, and the need to digitize, connect, and centralize all the last mile resources in one place will become an imperative. So you can orchestrate, automate, and optimize it regardless what you use. So today you might use this 3PL, tomorrow you might use 5 different 3PLs, today you will work with this couple of crowdsource, tomorrow you will work with different crowdsource, different markets, different rush hours, different mechanisms, different strategies. Everything can change, but the one thing that will not change is your workflows, your business rules, and all the exception management that will stay in that one platform to centralize everything. So in a way, you're building a future-proof solution that will help you handle not just today's challenges, but also the growing challenges of tomorrow.
Okay, great. And I suppose the final thing is, obviously, it's a great concept, right? Everyone's got to do last mile. Technology is definitely the enabler that kind of glues it all together. The consumer wants more speed, more convenience. I suppose in a way, retailers do know ideally, what they need to achieve. But the biggest thing is obviously the cost. So, having those KPIs and metrics to justify the return on investment to the board is huge and comes up quite a lot in my conversations. How would you advise a retailer on the metrics which will actually effectively justify that ROI for them?
Well, the ROI will come in different ways. There is the soft ROI and there is the hard ROI. The soft ROI that can be material to every business is you expanding your business. And a great example, we work with auto parts company in the U.S., a very large one. It's a very competitive market. One of their challenges was when a mechanic shop wants to order a part, they need that part as soon as they can, and therefore they put that part on multiple vendors, and the first vendor to show up will win the bid. And what they want to do is to drive more automation into that. So today they connect the orders, they connect the inventories in the local stores, regional stores, mega stores, they connected the drivers. And now it's a question of data algorithms. An order comes in, they see where is the nearest inventory. As a result, they find the nearest driver, they do the auto dispatch, they deliver that in much less time than ever before. And as a result, they win so much more business and returning customers. That's soft ROI because you didn't reduce any cost. However, you increase your business, you increase your number of customers, number of transactions, and returning customers. So that's on the soft side, and there are endless examples like that when you put yourself in a position to digitize the customer experience and offer so many more delivery options. On the hard ROI and the savings there, it's also endless way of doing that, but it can be anywhere from route optimization, and now you do more deliveries with less drivers. That saves significant costs. With increasing fuel price in the market, route optimization makes you drive less than ever before. With warehouse time and loading of the merchandise, when you drive the right optimization there, and we have a customer that actually reduced 40% time at the warehouse, that's material saving from them. That means that they can do so much more with the current resources that they have. That means that they would need less resources to fulfill their demand for the day. Same with time on site. If you assume time on site to be X, but it is more than that, then you will hurt your customer experience by not fulfilling certain orders. However, if the time on site, you assume that it will be more, but it's actually less, then you miss the opportunity to deliver more with the same fleet. It goes into replacing hardware. We have a customer that actually replaced their scanners with their devices, the same driver device that they use for the drivers to deliver to their customers. The same device used now to do the scanning in the warehouse, and that reduced major costs to them. It goes into customer customer support. If you think about customer support, so many people are ready to take your call and tell you, where is your package? That's the number one reason why people call customer support, to ask them, where is my package? But now that everything is connected and we're giving the experience to the driver, to the customer, they don't need to call anymore. You see dramatic decrease in number of calls to customer support. And it goes on and on. So, and there's so many pieces in the last mile, so many players, not necessarily from the same company getting involved, driving that in the most efficient way, drives both our soft ROI as well as hard ROI savings.
Absolutely. It's that kind of looking at the long term, isn't it, versus short term as well, and actually having benchmarks to reflect that. Okay. Well, I think first of all, that was extremely informative, Guy. I know that you're a busy man, so we shall let you go. However, I just want to remind everyone who's listening that Guy will be joining us at the D3 Retail Supply Chain Summit. Guy's going to be talking about, funnily enough, last mile and the delivery in the age of Amazon. It is very soon. It's in a few days' time, 6th to the 8th of May, and it's in a city that everyone loves so much they named it twice. So come and join us. So first of all, I just want to say thank you, Guy. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Pleasure. I look forward to D3 and I look forward to our session.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Guy.